tonight I do have a very special guest. Uh, I've been waiting for a while to get her on, and we're actually got her in backstage. But first, uh, our next show is next Sunday. I do have Ron Fitzgerald on, so y'all can come and hang out with us on that one also. And uh, maybe this weekend we might try to go do something. Maybe on Friday or Saturday one. I'm not sure particular what time, but we will try to do an investigation. I'm going to do it on Facebook and YouTube. There's going to be different nights. One's going to be on one platform, one's going to be on another, but we're going to be in the same area. We're going to be in the woods for that investigation. It's going to be about maybe 2 hours per show, so everybody can come and check out with us on Facebook and wants to check us out on YouTube. Uh, hey May, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much for being here. I need to get myself on here right quick. We will let few people come in before we bring up the guest. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to get my channel started. All right. So let's go ahead and get our show on tonight so we can hurry up and get it going and see who all will get in here. And I know she's ain't waiting patiently back there for us to bring her up and everything. So thank y'all so much for being here. Let's see. Okie dokie.
Hello.
Oh, much of announcements, but it's okay. I'm trying to wait till we get a few extra people in here, but that's all right. So, tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you started with your channel.
Well, I didn't have cable television, and I like true crime. And so I was interested in, there was a case called the Gabby Petito case,
Yeah,
about a young girl who went missing. And so somebody had told me, well, they're covering it on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. I had never been on YouTube. I didn't know, anything about it. And so I started watching on YouTube, and I started following one of the true crime channels. And in their chat, I met Miss Norma, who is a very good friend of mine now. And she actually wanted to start a channel. She wanted to do a craft channel. And neither one of us knew anything about how to do any of it.
yeah,
So I said, well, I've got, spare time. I can figure it out, and, I'll help you. And so we made her channel, which is called Real Life Happens. And then after we made the channel and we started figuring out how to do everything, she had her grandkids that were school age that she was raising and had them there at night. And I had my grandbaby, who was just a baby then, in the daytime. So we didn't have time where one of us didn't have kids around. And so for a while, we couldn't really go live or do anything. So I decided, well, it was fun making the videos and everything. So I said, well, let me make a channel for my dog, and I'll just video her and put her on, on the channel. And so I did that for a little while. And then when my granddaughter was getting a little bit older, it kind of dawned on me that I really needed to get myself together because I wanted to be around, to help raise my granddaughter. And so then I started my channel, and I started trying to get healthier and trying to, you know, really figure out what it was I wanted to do with my life and how I was going to go about living my life.
yeah,
And that's how living my best life at 60 came along, because I was 59 at the time
yeah.
when I made the channel. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be in my 60s when I'm, having the channel. So it was all just by, coincidence that I started watching, something on YouTube and then started, doing the channels.
Yeah. Uh, do you have any other interest in other things like doing any kind of crafts or anything on your channels?
Well, I am just getting started doing crafts. I'm learning how to crochet,
Cool.
and I have been watching all the different crafting channels, and I'm doing some of the adult coloring book stuff. And then
Mhm.
there's journals. I want to make a prayer journal, so I'm going to work on that. But I never really thought I was very crafty. I never really tried to be crafty. And
Yeah.
I joined a collaboration last fall about making a scarecrow. And it was, you can make a scarecrow outside, or you can make, like a craft of a scarecrow. So I
Yeah.
made this little stick figure scarecrow person. And hey, Timmy, welcome. And so I did that, and everybody thought it was good. I was like laughing about it, thinking, boy, this is really a bad, like, a kindergarten could have made a better one than I did. But everybody liked it. So I was like, well, maybe I could, be crafty. So then I joined another one that was about making a snowman at Christmas time. And so then I made a little snowman for that. So now I'm kind of bit by the collaboration bug. I kind of like to do the collaborations. So,
Yeah. Yeah. That is really cool. I like that you learning the crocheting and stuff like that because I'm in a lot of the crochet channels out there, and I do work at a factory that makes yarn,
oh, wow.
but it's not a crocheted yarn. This yarn looks like as thin as dental floss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like fine as frog hair. I mean, it's oh, but
Huh.
yeah, I thought I had some right here with me. It must be. I don't know where it's got off to now, but
Mhm.
well, it's really cool. Uh, where what is some goals for your channel?
Well, I think I'm still trying to figure out what exactly, I want to do. I do a lot of devotions as well. I like going live. I like doing collaborations, and I like doing the devotions. But I really just want to connect with people, meet people around the world, and connect with people, and kind of give them a place that they can come to hang out and have fun, and
Yeah,
watch me do crazy things in my life.
yeah. Hey, Shaw woman, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in.
Hello, hello.
Hey, PW, how you doing? Appreciate you. Lisa from Australia. She does knits and vlogs. A cool channel right there. If you ever,
And that's, yeah, I'm connected with her, Lisa Knits
hey,
and Blogs.
that is
And
cool.
Star just came in on my channel. Hi, Star. Welcome.
Let's see. Joe, mine is a little slow. My YouTube on my phone's faster than my YouTube on my laptop. I
Yeah,
done seen
there's always a delay, I think, pretty
I done
much.
seen five on my YouTube channel on my phone. While one's over here just had popped up. So, have you met a lot of people from around the world?
I have. Um, the first person that I met, I'm pretty sure the first person I met that was from another country was Dagmar, who is from Belgium. And I was doing playing the word on stream game. I used to play it early in the morning, and I would put it on mute so that I could take care of my granddaughter, but I could still, interact with it.
Yeah.
And I thought she was a troll because she had a picture, but then it had like a film over it, like that was different colors. And I
Yeah.
thought, well, I've never seen one look like that, and the name Dagmar, I was like, that sounds like a made up name. So I thought she was a troll. So I started talking to her like, if you're a troll, don't give me a hard time because, I'm not all about all that. And she was like, I'm
Yeah.
not a troll. I was like, well, tell me something about yourself that'll make me, know you're a real person. So
Yeah.
then she started telling me where she was from and this and that. And then we got to talking. And then it was like the next time I played the game, she came back again. So then I was like, well, if you're a troll, you're a nice troll because you're talking to me. And she's the nicest person. But I didn't know, I thought she was a troll at first.
Yeah.
Hi, Muckster. Welcome.
Hey, Skinner.
And
Appreciate
I've met several people that are in Canada, several people in Australia, a couple people in Germany, a couple people in
Mr. Rogers.
France, um, one in Turkey, one in Sweden. Trying to think where else. Oh, a couple in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've definitely met people, and I've met people all over the United States. I haven't met that many people in Georgia where I'm at.
Yeah.
Well, there's more people in North Georgia than there are in South Georgia, but I know there's one person in Tallahassee, Florida, which is about an hour and a half away from me, and that's probably the closest um, channel that I've met. And then Bella's Whisper Farmstead, she's in Pooler, Georgia, which is kind of to the east of me a little bit, but um, it's still a couple hours, probably 2, 3 hours away.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I hadn't met few people here in North Carolina where I'm at. I've did a few shows with MJC Paranormal in Austin when he was here in North Carolina, but he moved to Florida, so I don't talk to him much anymore. That's about the only one I've hung around with here in North Carolina. Several here beside of me, but I never get hooked up with them.
I know it's funny how you can't seem to meet anybody close by. There's a group of ladies in California,
Hey,
and they do meetups and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm jealous. I want to have people to meet up with or whatever. And I have quite a few people that I made friends with that are in Texas. So but Texas is a big state.
yeah,
So even though they're in the same state, it's almost like being in a different state because it's so big.
yeah, yeah. Uh, let's see.
But oh, and when we were talking about hobbies, I like to read. I like to go to yard sales and thrift stores. I love
Cool.
playing bingo. And
Yeah,
if it didn't cost you money to go and play, because we actually have two places that play here on a Friday night and a Monday night, but it costs money to go and do those things. And I don't have the money to just throw it away, if I didn't win. So I play bingo online on YouTube though. So
hey, welcome back. Thank you for coming in, and hanging out with us. Yeah, it's we we don't have bingo things here anymore, hardly. Used to be one at the VFW, but I think they stopped it.
well, I think we may have one at the VFW too. I've never gone to that one, so I'm not sure. But the other two are like some other kind of um, organization, kind of like the VFW, but you know, they have the different bingo things. But I
Yeah,
used to go more when I was working because I had the income, and then I could go. That was a form of entertainment.
yeah,
To do that. But I do like to hang out with my daughter and my granddaughter and whatever they want to do, or wherever they want to go, I'm always willing to go and spend time with them. So
Yeah. Um, do you like to travel or anything like,
I was just going to say that that was the one reason that I liked getting to know Dagmar, because I want to go to Paris, France.
yeah,
And as soon as I had told her that, she was like, "Oh, I can tell you some things about France, because if you live in those countries over there, it's like a little day trip to go to these other countries. Kind of like we would go to the state next to us, you
yeah,
know. They can go to all these little countries." So she's been to Paris several times.
yeah,
And so I thought that she was going to tell me like different touristy kind of places to go to. But she sent me like this really long email telling me all the places not to go as a tourist, and like not to go, like they don't stay in this area, don't go to this place, don't go to the train station alone, and all this stuff. And I was like, that's the kind of information you need to know if you're
yeah,
not a world traveler and you don't know about the area. I mean, would probably would have went over there and got mugged and beat up or whatever.
yeah,
So I was like, yes, that's what I need to know. I need to know, what to do.
yeah.
And I've been wanting to go for probably 8 or 9 years. So I am definitely saving money now and trying to make that happen. So
Yeah.
hopefully I'll be going to Paris next year.
So congratulations on reaching your 2,000.
Yes, thank you. She helped me today. She did a live stream today for her membership, and I was gifted a free membership. And
Yeah,
so I was in there, and somebody told her, well, she's like at 190 or 1999 or whatever. She only needs a couple more.
yeah,
And so I said, yeah, okay, we'll go and try. And so I dropped my link, and a couple people went over and subscribed. And so, yeah, I think I have 2001 now. So thank you very much, Star. Thank you, everybody that subscribed. I appreciate it. I'm just getting to know Star in the last few months. She does a lot of the diamond painting and
yeah,
other craft type things. And I want to try to get into doing the diamond painting, but my eyes aren't real good. So I'm going to get the light up mat that you put under the painting
yeah,
so that you can see it better. And then I'm also going to get one of those magnifying glasses, like on a stand that lights up that you can look through.
yeah.
So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna try, because those diamond paintings are really beautiful when they're done.
That's pretty cool.
I like jigsaw puzzles, so I figure I'll like the diamond painting too.
Yeah, yeah. I've came in some of your channels when you do the games and stuff on there. Like I think you done Hangman or something one time before, didn't you?
Yeah,
And you
we
done the
we tried to
jigsaw.
do the hangman. The problem with the hangman was I like it to be interactive with the chat.
Yeah,
And that was it was like weird, like people couldn't get into the game itself. Like when I did the jigsaw puzzle, I drop a link and you just click on that link and it brings you in the puzzle.
yeah,
But for some reason that hangman thing didn't work right. And then I did one where it was drawing something and you were supposed to be guessing what it was drawing,
yeah.
but the same thing, it didn't want to let them come in very much. So
Mhm. I remember sometimes I was sitting there and watching, and I thought this is kind of interesting, but I'm just not good with games or nothing like that. It just I don't know. I just think never been too big in it. People ask me, say, "What games you play?" I said, "Well, the only thing I play is Heyday on my phone. That's about the only stuff I play."
Well, I love to play games. I especially like to play board games too, and card games. And that's one thing that I got my daughter interested in. Um, I got her interested in playing card games, and she'll beat me.
Yeah,
She's really good at it. I'm like, I'm not teaching you anything else, because then she just wants to play because she's real competitive, and she wants to
yeah,
beat me.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter Dell, welcome.
Me and my brother, we used to play games with my mom back when I was little, and our favorite game always what they call payday. That was our favorite game. We played that game till everything got wore out. The board got wore out. The little pieces you moved around got broken, and it was just all crazy stuff. And finally, my mom went and bought a brand new one, and it done the same thing.
Hmm. Hey, PJ's Wish, welcome.
uh,
Um, yeah, I mean, I like to play any kind of games, really, but when I was younger, I tried bowling.
yeah,
Um, I never was very good at bowling, but I did like it, you know. I've never tried golf. My nephew is a golf pro, so I probably could get him to teach me, more about golf, but never really tried that. But now as a kid, I played softball.
yeah,
So I like softball and baseball.
yeah. I worked on a golf course since 2003 to 2015. Then I started working at this place I'm working at now, and I like to watch the golfers when they play. They'll smack that ball pretty you ever seen down the fairway, and then I get out there and I thought, yeah, I can do this. I'm playing military golf. I'm either on the left side or the right side in the woods. Left side in the woods or the right side in the woods.
That's probably how I would do it, or if we were near the water or the sand trap or anything like that, that's where my ball would go. It wouldn't go where I wanted it to go.
Yeah, it was crazy. I've actually thought I went crazy one time. My first few weeks there, we was cleaning up an area where Hugo came through. They still hadn't even finished cleaning all that up, and I was standing there and I turned around and looked and I saw a golf bag moving by itself. I didn't know that was one of them battery powered. You mash a button and it'll take off itself. And I thought I was going crazy. I asked the boss man, could I go home and lay down? Just laughed at me. Uh,
It's kind of like the machines they have at Walmart now that scrub the floor
yeah,
by computer.
my wife seen one up here in town or at our local Walmart. She came back home and told me, she said, I seen the weirdest thing. I said, what's that? She said, I seen the floor scrubber at Walmart going by itself and nobody was on it. She said, I ain't never seen that before. I said, I used to go hang out at Walmart back when we was all growing up, cruising around down there, and hanging out with them kids and stuff. And
Hmm.
we used to go to Walmart.
Peter Dell says golf looks easy on TV, but frustrating playing in real life. Yes,
Yeah.
I definitely agree. But my nephew, he has a little girl, so that's my great niece, and she's like 3 years old, and he's teaching her how to play golf.
That's cool.
So they sent some pictures the other day of her, them on the golf course and her with her little club.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's cool. I would like to do something like that.
And Shaw won't say, yeah, only at Walmart. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh my gosh. I spent 17 and a half years at Walmart.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you see everything at Walmart. Nothing will surprise you about how people act or what people do after
No.
you've worked at Walmart because you see everything.
I I bought my nephew one time a little plastic golf set from Dollar General store, and I tried to get him to, try to get him to play golf and stuff like that. And I had to take him away from him. He started beating me with them. And I thought, boy, I'm going to beat you with him in a minute like that. And he just laughed. So I had to take him away from him.
Well, my dad was sitting with his feet up on his recliner one time, and my brother had a little golf club too, and he whacked his big toe and broke his big toe.
Good Lord.
So, yeah, I mean, those little toys, they can really hurt you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to teach
Lisa,
my granddaughter that right now. You don't throw a ball at somebody's head, things like that, because she doesn't realize, it's going to hurt.
yeah. Lisa says they got a local Kmart. Our Kmart done shut down and something else done went in there.
Yeah, we haven't had a Kmart in probably 20 years.
Yeah. Joe said he plays disc golf. That's one thing I don't understand is disc golf.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
That look like too much work. Uh, I done chat moves fast. I get ready to mash something there and something done moved on me.
Oh, Peter said they have Kmart in Australia too.
Yeah.
Huh. Bonnie's Corner. Hello. Yeah, unless you're playing dodgeball. That's right. I guess you hit them anywhere you want to if you're playing dodgeball.
Yeah. I wasn't ever good at sports. They wouldn't never pick me. I always got picked last, and they wouldn't never let me do anything. So I said, forget it. I just walk off and go do something my own self.
Well, I could catch the ball and I could hit the ball. I didn't couldn't run that fast, so I had to hit it a far way to be able
Yeah.
to get on base. But I could hit and I could catch. Um, I played second base a lot, but
I couldn't ever keep grades up good enough to play any sports.
I think it was my sister and I both played, but I think it's because my dad didn't have any sons until my
Yeah.
brother wasn't born until 6 years after me. So by the time he got up there to play baseball, that was, we were already grown. But when we were little, he was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna play ball."
Yeah.
It's like, okay. And I mean, I learned how to fish from my dad because he didn't have anybody, to take fishing or anything like that. So I had to go do that. But now we lived in Indiana, so we would fish off the bank or off the dock or out in the boat or on the ice during the winter. So I did all kinds of fishing.
Yeah. Lisa says they got them at where she lives at in Australia. Uh,
Mhm.
I was said I was good at sports, but suck that double Dutch jumper.
Oh, do you remember? And you probably had it too. You're a little bit younger than me, but when we had gym class, they had this big rope that was hanging from the ceiling and would come down to the floor, and you were supposed to like do the president's fitness test and be
Yeah.
able to climb up that rope. I never could do it. I couldn't get, my hands would slip. I couldn't get a grip. I couldn't get my legs wrapped around to hold me up there or anything. I used to hate that. It used to be so embarrassing. It's like,
Maggie has
do
just
it.
got on the channel.
Mr. Rogers said he's from Indianapolis, Indiana. I was from around Valparaiso, Indiana, which is up in the northwest corner, about 45 minutes outside of Chicago, right on Lake Michigan. I miss Lake Michigan.
Uh, says
May said she could never climb up the rope. Yeah, I
I couldn't do. I always got out of doing gym class stuff. I never did do much of anything in there. I couldn't ever do the pull ups, chin up, push ups, anything that he asked me to do. I said, just go make me clean the bathroom or something. I just ain't doing that stuff. And I guess
yeah.
that's mm,
I was always a chubby kid. Never really could do any of that stuff. I remember them wanting us to run the suicides where they got the tape on the floor and you run from one side of the gym to the other and then back. I'd be like, forget it. I can't do it. Uh,
I never did much of gym work. I barely just keep my other stuff going, much less trying to do everything else. But Yeah, I couldn't ever play sports because I never did have good grades. I always had F's and S's and all the other letters in the alphabet. Never could. I never got my first A until I was senior in high school.
Well, I always did really well in school. The only thing I ever got on my report card was that I talked too much.
Yeah,
But what really would happen is I would finish my work and then the other kids would ask me questions and I would answer them. I would get caught. They never got caught asking me the question, but I got caught telling the answer.
yeah,
So they would be like, Echo's a great student. She just talks too much. It's like, oh, well,
yeah.
sorry.
I could never do a whole lot of stuff, but it's
That's
all
how
right.
my granddaughter's going to get that too, that she talks too much. That's going to
Yeah,
be her. My daughter was really shy at school. Like she was so afraid of the teachers and getting in trouble or anything that she was really shy and really didn't talk very much. Um, but she's found her voice now. Now that she's a teacher, it's like she knows how to yell at those kids if she has to. But my granddaughter just, she's constantly, and you're like, what are you talking about? And it's just, she has this whole make believe world that she plays in, and stuff.
yeah.
It's like, could you be quiet for just a minute?
Said badminton was a good sport.
See, badminton, tennis, any of those things where you had to run back and forth, that was not good for me. Oh, I did play table tennis before though, with the little ping pong ball and the
Yeah,
paddle. I could do that, but like volleyball, no.
yeah. That's pretty funny.
Mm.
Uh, have you do you actually like believe in the paranormal or anything?
I
You
do. I do believe in it. I do believe in spirits. When I was a kid growing up, my aunt, she believed in everything. She believed in, reading the tarot cards, and she had these little Buddha statues
yeah,
and stuff, and she believed in poltergeist and just like all kinds of that kind of stuff.
yeah,
And my mom didn't believe in it. And my mom would be like, don't listen to her. She's crazy. None of that's real. But I saw some things when I'd be at her house and stuff that I was like, yeah, I believe there's something there.
yeah,
And she would always say if once she passed away, if there was a way to come back and see us, she would, to let
yeah,
us know that, she could or whatever.
yeah,
But I've never really experienced her coming to me. But I do believe my dad has come to me before,
yeah.
since he's passed away. And
Um,
my best friend died when I was 14, and he was a big practical joker.
yeah.
And silly stuff happens at my house sometimes. And I'm like, is that you? It's like, are you doing this to me? But I think if you believe in God and spirit that way, you have to believe that any spirit can be around you.
Funny that you said that because last Sunday I went to church. That's what the preacher preached on. Uh, well, it was actually preached on the Revelation. I mean, not Revelation, rapture and all that stuff when it's taking place and all that stuff.
Hmm.
And that's what you just said. That's exactly the words. What he said. He he said he likes to play a lot of things out in his head and what things are going to be. He said he's got to thinking that the ground's going to open up and people's going to start shooting out like bottle rockets.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you said that because that's exactly what he was preaching last Sunday.
Because a lot of people think, and I mean, there's spirituality and then there's religion.
Yeah,
And a lot of things you can be very spiritual and like tarot cards, for instance. You know, some people think that that's from the devil, and they don't believe in it. And they don't, if you believe in it, or if you'd want to have your tarot cards read or something, people might think, well, you can't be a Christian if you believe in that stuff.
Yeah.
But I believe that there are spiritual things that we aren't aware of or we don't understand.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then you never know, you know.
Mhm.
I mean, I would hate for to get a spirit on your bad side, or on their bad side, where they, haunted your house or something like that,
Yeah.
But I mean, it could happen. It could definitely happen.
So I suppose paranormal exists, but I'm not sure about the UFOs. I would believe the UFOs before I would Bigfoot. That's just my opinion. Not a big Bigfoot believer because it's kind of hard to believe in that. But I ain't gonna say he's not real. I'm just gonna say there's something there we can't explain till I can see him with my own eyes and figure out he's there. I have a hard time saying that Bigfoot's real.
Yeah.
I've actually got a lot of people arguing with me over that, but until he comes and takes my beef jerky out of my hands and say, "Hey, I want some," that's how I'm gonna, you know,
Well, and
say,
I think too, because people play on the fact that people will believe things. And there are plenty of hoaxes out there and plenty of things that people have made up, to make money or to scam people or whatever. So you have to be careful what you believe. But I don't think that if there is a Bigfoot, you would think somebody in all the years that he's supposedly been there,
Mhm.
somebody would have some sort of actual proof.
Yeah,
Um, and I haven't ever, seen any or heard of any. There's a place in South Carolina that I go to sometimes. We have family up there, and they have a big Bigfoot, uh, like wooden thing, and signs along the side of the road like, look out, Bigfoot's here or whatever. I'm like, yeah, okay. Oh,
I'm sorry, I am.
I
It,
think people see things differently, and what you might see is something totally different than what
yeah,
I see. That's true too. And I
yeah,
don't think we can convince anybody. What you believe in is up to you. It's a personal, choice whether you believe in it or not.
yeah. There's, I mean, there's a lot. My wife don't believe in the paranormal, but she supports me. She wants me to be happy in what I want to do. She's not going to step in the way or nothing like that.
Right.
But she don't like believe in it as that. But she don't want to see the evidence that I get neither.
Well, and I would think it might scare her. Like if she's not sure about if she believes it or not, but then if she saw the evidence of it, it might scare her, because then she might be
Yeah,
like, I don't want you doing that anymore, because something could happen to you.
yeah,
So,
yeah. It's it's a I don't know how to explain it. It's just one of those things that a lot of people does and a lot of people don't. Uh, it's just too too many people that does have paranormal experience, but at the same time they don't want to talk about it
yeah.
because there is a lot of people out there that does judgmental and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it's just me. I've tried to talk to my wife about it and tell her something or try to get her. She only went with us one time to a location and to investigate. Would you ever go out and do an investigation with somebody if they asked you?
I don't know as far as the investigation part of it because I don't know. I might do something that would hinder it, you know. But as far as like if somebody said, "Oh, this is what happened in this house," I would be interested to go and see for myself, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I want to take that ghost tour that they have in Savannah, Georgia.
yeah,
And I do like going to old buildings and learning about the history of the buildings and things like that. And I think I told you the other day on the road going to my house, there's cemetery on both sides of the road. And every time I go past there, I'm like, y'all stay in the cemetery now, you
yeah.
know, don't follow me home.
Uh, let's see. Well, I'm about out of questions because my question's more line of paranormal stuff. But what is your favorite place to visit? I mean, that you have visited so far. What's your favorite place to?
Hmm. I mean, I haven't, as an adult, I have not done a whole lot of traveling in the United States. But now, as a kid,
Yeah,
we went on a trip out west and we went to like Yellowstone National Park and saw the big geysers and stuff like that.
yeah,
I like that. I do like the mountains in North Georgia and South Carolina and that area. One time when I was in South Carolina, my friend took us around and showed us a bunch of waterfalls. Uh,
yeah. That's I don't. I can't. I know where one waterfall is here. It's not a big one. It's actually a grist mill that turned a water wheel,
okay.
and they it's not in use anymore. But the building's still there. But I don't think the wheel turned. They don't, or they don't use it. One, I don't know.
Hmm.
But it is very pretty way they got it fixed, and yeah,
Peter said, if you want to freak out, try this. Go to a cemetery after midnight with three friends, and you stand in the middle, and friends stand on three sides. It will freak you out what you might see. Okay. He said, never again, trust me. It's awful. I can imagine. You know, you see funeral processions and things like that every once in a while, but when you live by a cemetery, it's like almost on a daily basis, you see the tent set up and the grave dug, you know, and that or the fresh dirt over the grave, you know.
yeah,
And so it makes it a lot more real that, you know, people are passing away like crazy.
yeah. I know it's the cemetery up where we go every once in a blue moon. It's actually gotten bigger in the last year. Down in the bottom down there, there's more people being buried there now. That I guess it's full there. That were people had bought the plots years back. That's got so full down there. Now they start selling plots across the road.
I wonder if that's how this cemetery got on both sides of the road. You know, if it got because there's like a church on one side and then like another building by the other one on the other side. But I don't know if it's all the same cemetery or if it is two separate cemeteries. I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah. That's uh,
But see, I like true crime
yeah,
and you know, a lot of if you follow true crime or you know like that kind of investigation of you know unsolved cases or you know things like that.
yeah,
um, I think the paranormal stuff just kind of ties right in with that, you know, that you have that kind of mindset that you're, you know, of the unknown is, you know, it's interesting to you to try to figure out. you know,
Yeah.
things that you don't understand or that you don't know,
Yeah.
you know.
I think we got spirits walking around us at all times. They just don't let us know that they're there until they want to hit me in the back of the head, say, "Hey, do this right," you know. Yeah. I think they're just waiting to do that first time to give me that back slap.
Well, it's like I was saying about my best friend, um, sometimes I think he's, here in my apartment moving things or whatever. And one night, um, my friend said, go home with Allison. That's my daughter. Go home with her. Leave us alone. Go home with her. And she was like, I don't even believe that he's here. His spirit's here. So he's not coming home with me. Well,
Yeah.
when she got home that night, she dropped her cell phone and it shattered. She calls me up and she's like, "Yeah, your friend came home with me and made me break my phone." I was like, "Well, you can keep him over there in your house." And she was like, "No, I'm bringing him back."
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to believe, but she sure blamed him for that phone getting broken.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a. I think they're just waiting to just correct me because sometimes I'll get out of the line and I think they just wait at the right moment, to put me right back in the line. You know.
Hmm.
uh, what's your advice on if somebody wants to start a YouTube channel uh, to help them out to get started and stuff like that?
Well, I think it's a good idea if you are doing it because you want to do it. You
Yeah.
have to have the right reason behind doing it because if you don't, you won't be able to do it for a long time and you won't be able to keep coming up with content. And so your channel probably wouldn't grow anyway. But if you want to do it and are okay with just having fun doing it,
Yeah.
it's a great thing to do. But try to get your hours and your subscribers in that first year. Don't do like me and get your hours and then your subscribers and then lose your hours and have to get your subscribers back and all that. I went about it all the wrong way. So
Yeah.
a lot of people think, oh, get the subscribers and the watch hours will come. But it's harder to get the watch hours than it is to get the subscribers. Because
Yeah.
it doesn't take anything for somebody to subscribe, but for them to actually run your content for you to get the watch hours, they
Yeah.
have to have some level of commitment to your channel or they won't, do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, just do what you want to do. If it's something that you're interested in and you can make content about it, I
Yeah.
think everybody, should try to do it. I
Yeah.
never thought I would have anybody watching my channel. And I never thought I'd have anybody that I would actually call a friend that I met on here.
Yeah.
But it's been good for me. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to my granddaughter being in school so I can do it full time
Yeah.
and actually do it the way I want to do it. Now I like scramble and try to get stuff done, in the little bit of time that I have instead of being able to research things and do it how I really want to do it.
Yeah.
So watch hours don't talk to me about I am losing watch hours all the time. Yeah, if you don't get it within that year, I'm telling you, because it's only for 365 days, and then you're going against what you did the year before. So if
Yeah.
you did 400 hours last year, you have to do 500 hours this year to even up 100 hours. Otherwise, that 400 falls off and you're in the hole.
Um, let's see. They're talking amongst themselves right there. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, I do think I think that a lot of times my watch hours is falling off daily. I mean, it's kind of hard. I try to go in and watch all these other channels and stuff, and I'm trying to figure out which ones I done watched, and some I done watched 2 or 3 times at a time, and I get sidetracked and something else is just goes all crazy. Softball Susie,
What?
how you
I was
doing?
gonna say, hi, softball Susie. I was trying to make you a moderator. I don't know what I hit. Journey, welcome, welcome. Excuse me. I hit something. It didn't go where I wanted to go. I'm
Oh,
not that great with my phone. I know a lot of people do everything on their phone. I am not real good on my phone. I do much better on the laptop than I do on the phone.
yeah. I've actually started doing a lot more on my laptop than I do with my phone now. Only thing I do over there if I make people blue wrenches and stuff, and on here where I use StreamYards, I can't do it as often. But
And this is the first time I've been a guest on a restream on somebody else's channel, and I just realized what somebody was explaining to me the other day. The chat runs backwards
yeah,
on when I'm on my channel. You scroll to the bottom for the chat. On yours now, when I'm looking at it, I have to scroll up to the top to see the current chat.
oh really?
And they were trying to explain that to me, and I was like, no, the chat's only going to scroll one way. It's not going to go the other way, but it does.
Huh? That's kind of strange.
It is. Because I was just like, okay, I must have missed something. And so I started scrolling down,
Yeah.
and then the new chat is popping up on the top. Oh, goodness.
Let's see. I lost where I was at. Uh, Once I move in and such, I'll do more. Yeah, it takes a lot out of you when you're trying to do YouTube and you got a lot of other stuff in your life trying to take care of. And it's like me. I'm doing YouTube and stuff, and then I've got all this other stuff working and everything. And some Sunday nights where I got guests on, I just like, no, I'm just gonna take a night off. I'm so tired.
Well, and that's the thing. I like to have things scheduled, but on the other hand, sometimes you don't want to do it when you scheduled it. But then if you don't schedule it ahead of time, then, you might never go live. That's how
Yeah.
I feel about it. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I better just go ahead and do it. Hi, the musical kill shot. Welcome.
You have a great night too, Lisa. Thank you so much for coming in. You're a blessing. If anybody hadn't connected to her, please go and connect to Lisa's channel, please.
Yeah, that's really confusing me now with it scrolling up. I'm like, okay. Because on my phone, it's scrolling down, and on this, it's scrolling up.
Yeah, that's 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 weird. 'Cause the other day when I was on your channel, I didn't even pay attention to it. I never,
Really?
yeah, I never paid attention. I mean, I read a few of the chats, but I never really paid attention.
Yes. I don't remember who was trying to tell me, and I was like, okay. I mean, I believe what you're saying is true, but I don't know it for a fact because I've never seen it. And then now I just figured it out. I was like, they were right. It does go backwards. I dropped Star's link, y'all. Star has got a great channel, and I'm so appreciative of her for helping me get to my 2,000 today.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And congratulations on your 2002 also. Uh,
Thank you. I kind of after I hit the 1,000, I really didn't pay that much attention, to it. I knew I was getting subscribers, but I really wasn't like, okay, I'm ready for the next 100 to come or whatever. And then I just really, all of a sudden one day looked at it and I was like at 17 something. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And I hadn't even realized I was that close today when they said, oh, you only need a couple more and you'll be at 2,000. I was like, you got to be kidding. Great.
yeah.
That'll be wonderful.
Yeah. Uh, What are some other paranormal experiences you had?
Well, my friend Norma that I was talking about, when she bought her house, they took a picture from the outside of the house, like looking at the house to show family and stuff. And when they got the pictures developed, there was a little girl standing in the bedroom window upstairs. And there wasn't anybody in the house when they took the picture. And later on, they found out that a little girl did pass away in that house.
Oh, cool.
So Norma's pretty sure
Yeah.
that that little girl lives up there in that bedroom, or
Yeah.
her spirit is up there in that bedroom.
Uh,
Um,
if you don't mind, tell everybody how they can find you on what platforms and
I do have a Facebook group page for living my best life at 60. I also have a weight loss surgery journey Facebook page um, talking about that. And then I have Chloe the Chewini, which is my dog's channel. And then I have Fun with Granny, Everything Preschool, which is a preschool channel I started to help my granddaughter when I started teaching her preschool. And but both of them I don't do a whole lot with
yeah.
on a weekly basis. It's like every once in a while I'll put something on them. But then again, when I can do it full time, I hope to do more, content for their channels too.
Yeah.
But I'm not on any of the other social medias, so other than Facebook. But
Okay. I think the link I got running across the bottom of the screen, and I think May has actually dropped your link a couple of times too. Uh,
yes, that's my link. Yeah.
yeah, there's May. Thank you for that, May. Thank you for helping me out. And also, I really going to have to end it here. I know I said it might be a little bit later, but I don't have no more questions. I don't went brain dead.
Well, that's fine because I'm actually kind of tired because I got up this morning because I do a live stream on Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock. And I did that. And then I usually take a nap on Sunday afternoon. But then I was like, no, because if I go to sleep, I might not wake up. So I was like, yeah, I better not. So I'm actually kind of tired and I have to get up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So I will be glad to say goodnight and get me some rest.
I don't know how to put my
Um,
link in
I'll
here.
get it. I'll get your link and put it in over here.
You've been subbed a while now. Good night, Bonnie. Thank you so much for coming in here. You're a blessing too, and I really enjoyed having you in here and all that stuff. Uh, hey, everybody that's coming in from Echo's channel. Uh, I'm not good with the chat, so if I missed anybody, I am really, really sorry, and I apologize. Uh,
There's your blue wrench, Nana.
I
I,
really,
I dropped his link so y'all can go get to know Jonathan's channel.
but my channel is pretty much self-explanatory, uh, paranormal, and I do paranormal with my dad. So everybody likes to come over and say hello to my 176-year-old dad, and he don't like it when I tell everybody that, but everybody gets a kick out of it. And,
I just think it's really nice that you are doing something with your dad because way too many people just kind of get busy with life and don't have time for the older folks. And I wish it wasn't like that in our society. I really, really wish we'd go back to the days where everybody took care of the older people,
yeah. My
So,
dad is really cool. I'm blessed to have him. I know when we was growing up, I never got to see him much because he had like 3 or 4 jobs, So it's a blessing to have him. And also, he did serve in the military. And here at Crossover, we do support our military service people, past and present. So, uh,
yes. And that is something to be very proud of, you know,
Yeah,
that
it's a lot.
he did serve. Um,
It's it's a lost art because a lot of our veterans ain't got what they should, you know. So,
mm-mm,
uh,
nope. And
everybody,
I don't understand why we have hungry people in our country and homeless people and, veterans that don't have what they need. I just don't understand it. I mean, we're so much of a country that's so willing to help everybody else, but we don't take care of our own. And I don't agree with that.
that's right. That's
So
right.
I'm
Well,
trying to do my part. I'm trying to raise my daughter and my granddaughter and my son-in-law to know you take care of your family.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Uh, I appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out with us tonight. Thank y'all for coming over to my channel, also from Echo's channel, and glad to see my people that goes over to your channel.
Yes, thank you
It's a
so much.
blessing,
This was fun. Thank you very much.
blessing to see everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here. And Echo, if you want to hang out for a little bit after we get done, and I'll talk to you for like 2 seconds, then
Okay.
we. Uh, I'll go ahead and say my goodbyes and everything, and appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. I will see y'all on investigation probably Friday or Saturday night. I'm not sure yet. So stay tuned for that. And I will be doing maybe one on Facebook group and one on YouTube, both different nights. So thank y'all so much for being here. Have a wonderful, blessed night. And see y'all on the next one. Bye bye.